So let's talk about something. What happens when the one place in the entire world you're supposed to feel safe, your home, isn't? We're about to dive into three true stories where that sanctuary was completely, terrifyingly violated. No, really, I want you to think about that for a second. When was the last time you were home, maybe late at night, and felt totally, completely at ease? No thoughts about the door locks, no second guessing that weird noise downstairs, just safe. Got that feeling? Good. Hold on to it. Because for the people in the stories we're about to analyze, that fundamental sense of security was absolutely shattered. And once it's broken, it might never come back. Let's get into it. All right, let's open our first case file. It all starts with a huge milestone in anyone's life. A 19-year-old moving into his very first apartment. You know, it's a symbol of freedom, of starting your own life. It's his space. And it's a pretty standard layout, you know the kind of place. You walk in, there's the living room, a little kitchen off to the side, and then a hallway. And at the very, very end of that hall is his bedroom, his private space within his private space. I mean, that's supposed to be the safest room in the whole place, right? The night this all happens kicks off in the most normal way possible. He's got a friend over, they're drinking, they watch a movie, and they both just kind of crash. His friend ends up leaving quietly in the middle of the night. It's all so boringly normal, which is what makes what happens next so completely jarring. So he wakes up a second time, but this time it's because of a loud noise. He looks over towards his bedroom door, which is open, and he sees a shape, something wrapped around the top of the door frame. He fumbles for his phone, turns on the flashlight, and points it at the door. And it's not a person, it's not a face, it's just two hands gripping the frame. And as he's watching, frozen, they tighten their grip and then just pull back, disappearing out of sight. So naturally, he is freaking out. He calls his best friend, who does exactly what a good friend would do. He tries to talk him down. He says, dude, listen, you were drunk, you were exhausted, you probably just had one of those weird wake-up hallucinations. And you know what? It makes sense. It's logical. It's a way to put the terror back in a box. And he almost buys it. He manages to calm down enough to get back to sleep. But then the morning comes. And that whole comforting, it was just a dream explanation, yeah, that gets blown completely out of the water. Because he finds obvious, greasy fingerprints, left exactly where he saw the hands gripping the doorframe. This wasn't a hallucination, it wasn't a dream. This was real. Somebody was in his apartment. Okay, that was deeply unsettling. Our second case file, though, it takes this idea of violation and kicks it up a notch by using technology to turn a familiar place into an absolute trap. Our subject here is another 19-year-old, but this time he's in his childhood home. He says he knows this place like the back of his hand. Every creak of the floor, every groan of the pipes, he knows it all. And that deep, deep familiarity is crucial because it's what allows the horror to really, truly sink in. So he's home alone and gets a call late at night from a no-caller ID. He answers, and there's no voice, just this faint, staticky sound of a TV in the background. And then the blood runs cold. He realizes the sound he's hearing through the phone is perfectly, absolutely in sync with the TV he left on downstairs. The call is coming from inside the house. And from that moment, things escalate fast. We're talking minutes here. First, the call. 5 minutes later, the horrible realization. 5 minutes after that, he hears footsteps coming up the stairs. Not through the phone anymore. Real footsteps right outside his room. And then, the doorknob begins to jiggle. He makes a frantic call to his uncle, and the intruder takes off. But here's where it gets really weird. The police actually managed to do the impossible. They trace that no caller ID call, and it leads them straight to an old acquaintance from high school. But the story doesn't end there. The acquaintance swears his phone was stolen, and this leaves two terrifying, awful possibilities. Option 1, he's lying, and someone you actually know did this to you. But think about option 2. What if he's telling the truth? That means some complete stranger stole that specific phone with the calculated specific intent of breaking into your house to terrorize you. The randomness, the sheer malice of that, I don't know, that might be even scarier. Okay, our final case file. This one hits different. It's not about a complex plot or twisting technology. This one is primal. It taps into a fear that's been buried deep inside our DNA for thousands of years. So imagine this scene. Our narrator wakes up in the middle of the night. He's in a friend's basement, he's hungover, he's thirsty, and it is pitch black dark. He's completely disoriented. I mean, he is in an incredibly vulnerable state. And that's when he sees it. In the far corner of the room, a tall, black mass. A human shape, where no human shape should be. Now, most of us would panic, right? Scream. But this guy's brain clicks into pure survival mode. He comes up with this incredible plan on the spot. Pretend you're still half asleep. Fake a yawn, mutter something about being thirsty, and just casually walk towards the stairs. Don't show fear, don't provoke it. But here is the absolute gut punch of the story. As he's walking up the stairs, he can't resist a quick look back over his shoulder. And the black mass that was in the corner, it's not in the corner anymore. It has moved. It is now standing at the bottom of the stairs, just watching him. The silent observer has just become an active threat. Yeah, that feeling, that's what we mean when we talk about primal fear. It's that ancient lizard brain response. Our minds are literally designed to recognize patterns, and seeing a humanoid shape in the dark where it is absolutely not supposed to be triggers every single alarm bell we have. So, we have 3 different stories, 3 different kinds of terror. What's the common thread that ties all of these terrifying experiences together? Let's break it down. Well, obviously, they're all about the violation of a safe space. But the real horror, the thing that sticks in your brain, is the ambiguity, the not knowing. The fingerprints prove an intruder was real, but who were they? The call was traced, but the real motive is a total mystery. And the shadow in the basement? What was it? That lack of resolution, that's where true dread lives. And that's really the key to this kind of horror, isn't it? It's not the jump scare, it's the uncertainty that lingers long after. It's the fact that the story never truly ends. The person who left the fingerprints was never found. The true identity of the caller is still a mystery. That figure in the basement just vanished. It leaves us with one last, really unsettling question to chew on. What's more frightening? The monster you can actually see, the one you can fight, or the one who remains a nameless, faceless shadow in your memory, haunting the one place you're ever supposed to feel safe? That's a kind of horror that never really leaves you.